Hello everyone, I'm Thomas, the creator of Independent Academy, and today we're going to take a further look into the money on-chain platform. We're going to take a closer look at 𝐷OC. 𝐷OC is the dollar on-chain, right? It's a decentralized Bitcoin-backed stablecoin. So what does this mean? Alright, so decentralized, of course, is the opposite of a centralized stablecoin. So you can think of USDT or USDC as a centralized stablecoin, meaning there's a company behind it and the company makes sure that the stablecoin keeps the value of $1. The money on chain, the revolutionary thing is that it's actually decentralized. So there is no company behind the money on chain protocol. The money on chain protocol just exists. It was created by an Argentinian team, particularly to provide people from Argentina, Latin America, and basically anywhere in the world that people are stuck with local currencies that are not strong enough, so they keep being devaluated and they need a way to escape. So they created it, and they on purpose made it into a decentralized protocol in case someone would want to shut it down, or in case of regulations. Okay, so it's very important that it's decentralized, because if it's centralized, then you are always at risk of that company that's behind the protocol to get into some sort of regulatory issue, or you have to trust them that they're gonna run the protocol ethically, and that not always happens. So for us, for independent seeking individuals, we will focus more on decentralized solutions because they are much more resilient, and it requires less trust than with centralized institutions. All right, so it's Bitcoin backed. This means that the collateral that dollar on-chain uses is Bitcoin itself. So what we're doing when we mint 𝐷OC is that we are putting $1 worth of Bitcoin into the money on-chain protocol, and the money on-chain protocol is giving us $1. And at any time we can go back and put back the dollar on-chain token and get $1 out of Bitcoin out. So we can very easily and in 2 seconds either mint 𝐷OC or redeem our 𝐷OC and get our Bitcoin back. You can think of, like, in the old times, previously, back in history, we used to have something called the gold reserve system, right? So banks would have gold in reserves, and they would issue dollars against that gold, and you could, as an individual, go to the bank and give your dollars and get gold in return. Now this system is no longer in place, but what money on chain is doing is grabbing that same concept and recreating it, but with Bitcoin. And of course, because Bitcoin is digital, it's divisible, it's portable, it makes a much better system than the traditional gold standard that we used to have. So let's take a little more look on the site. So here we got it, Bitcoin without the volatility. 𝐷OC is 100% collateralized with Bitcoin and a 1-to-1 USD peg, right? So this is the most important part. And because it is collateralized with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the most decentralized asset we have as humans, that means that 𝐷OC is the most decentralized stablecoin that you can find anywhere in the world. That's why I started the money on chain overview video saying that money on chain is probably the most important protocol on the Bitcoin-backed economy, because it has the most decentralized, the most secure, and the most resilient stablecoin. Stablecoins are very important because for a lot of us, we can't just hold 100% of Bitcoin all the time, all right? So here we got it. It's using the best collateral. It's using Bitcoin. You can buy and you can mint anytime. And it's ideal for daily transactions, right? Because we're not measuring things in Bitcoin. And everybody's still using USD as their unit of account. So basically, you have to keep in mind that a dog is always worth the same as $1. Okay? Now, the last thing that we're gonna look into this video, because I don't want this video to go too long, is we're gonna go into the actual dApp, which we seen how to access this last time in our last video. And this time we're gonna show you, if you go here on the side menu, you have all the token menus. So basically, if you go here, if you click on doc, here is where you can mint and redeem. We're gonna see this in the tutorial videos, but we're gonna go down, 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 down. I'm gonna go to the metrics section. I'm gonna click here. This is very important for you guys to know, all right? So the most important thing is global coverage. We can see right now that global coverage is at 20.7. What does this mean? All right, this means that for every dollar on chain issued in the world, there are $20 worth of Bitcoin to back it. Okay, so there is a lot more in reserves as collateral than the amount of docs of dollar on chain issued. So this means that in order for the system to get in trouble, Bitcoin would have to lose 20 times its value. Okay, this is of course very, very unlikely to happen. And if you think about it, in our current bank system, I think banks are required to have less than 10% reserves in opposition to the amount of dollars they issue. So if you look at a system that has only 10% collateral, and then you look at money on chain and it has 20 times over the collateral it needs, then we understand why DeFi, and more specifically DeFi on Bitcoin, is actually the most secure, is much more secure than our traditional system. It has 20 times the necessary collateral. All right, and here it says system fully operational. This would only change when the global coverage drops below $4. So as long as this keeps above $4, above a 4-to-1 ratio, the system is going to continue to work perfectly and uninterruptedly. So far, since the inception of the money on chain protocol, it has never dropped below 4. And there's reasons for this that we will look into further into the next videos. But you can see that right now we are very, very far away from this happening. And as Bitcoin continues to improve, continues to grow, and accrue more value to the BTC asset, then the coverage is just gonna continue to rise. So when the system is operational, this means that anybody can mint and redeem DOC at will, and they can also mint and redeem B Pro, which is the token that we're gonna see on our next video. The last thing I wanna show you is that if you go right here in DOC in the system, we can see that there's 2.35 million DOCs issued. Anybody can redeem their DOCs. When the system is running in fully operational, then the number in the system should be the same as the available to redeem. And available to mint, this means that we could mint another $10.5 million before the global coverage would drop below 4. All right, so that means that right now there is a lot more room for people to create more DOCs. Now there is a limit. You can't just mint all the DOCs you want, because then the global coverage wouldn't be enough to cover that many. But we are very, very far away from the limit. And like I said, as Bitcoin grows, as the Bitcoin economy continues to develop, and the BTC asset grows in value, then the global coverage grows, and that allows more people to mint more DOC. Anyway, that is an overview on the dollar on chain token. The thing you need to remember the most is that it's a decentralized Bitcoin backed stablecoin that has a global coverage of 20 times its value, making it the most secure, the most resilient, and the most trustworthy stablecoin we can find anywhere in the world. And because it's running on rootstock, we can have it on our wallet. We can self-custody it. We don't need to trust any institution. We don't need to deposit it in a bank. We don't need to do anything. And we can know that at any time we can come to Money on Chain and redeem it back for the same value in Bitcoin. Okay? I hope this video has not been too long, and I hope you've been able to follow up. If you have any questions, please ask them. If you're watching this on YouTube or any other social media, use the comments. If you're watching this on the Academy, use the feed and ask the questions there so we can improve our videos and make this whole experience much, much better for you. If you haven't checked the Academy yet, go to independentacademy.org and find all our tutorials on DOC, Money on Chain, Bitcoin, Rootstock, all our guides and everything, so that you can learn how to use this technology to become more independent. I'll see you in the next one.